Anyone else like to share? How about you in the back with the glasses, sir?
My name's Bobby, and I am an addict.
Hey, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby.
You know, you folks aren't here because you're gamblers. You are here because you are terrible gamblers.
Hey, Bobby.
These folks don't need to stop doing what they're doing. They just need to get better at it. Who's stealing?
Please.
Who's that?
Let's roll. The Twisted Tuesday has begun. The pimps, the players, the hustlers, the people that bust them, and everybody else in between, from Costa Rica to California, Montreal to New York, Winnipeg to Weehawken. We got a busy Tuesday night in the sports world right now, as the Boston Red Sox looking to close out the New York Yankees. It's 4-1. They are in the 6th inning. And, man, I never win whenever I take overs. And the total is 9 here. We're sitting at 5. I've got the Boston Red Sox right now, but I wouldn't mind seeing some runs pretty much by anybody at this point. Very similar to I wouldn't mind seeing some points from pretty much anybody in this college football game. But I prefer points with Arkansas State. We got Arkansas State. They're in the football game. They're hanging around. They're getting double-digit points. But the quarterback of Arkansas State, what's his name? Justice Hansen. Motherfucking kid keeps turning the ball over. Like, bad interceptions, man. What's up, Brian Rowe? Good to see you, Millhouse. Brian Rowe rocking the buttermilk tenders, French fries, and sweet tea. Living large. living large. I had breakfast at McDonald's today, Brian Rowe. Those McDonald's biscuits are pretty good. Those McDonald's biscuits are pretty good. All right, so we'll keep our eye on this baseball game. We'll keep our eye on this football game. The second half has started. App State with the football. And, you know, Arkansas State, you can sort of tell early we were kind of screwed. They're just settling for too many field goals. You know, they kept on moving the football, and they kept on just settling for field goals. It's pretty annoying, like on 4th and 2s, and just no sense of urgency. Now suddenly you're down 21-9. App State are 1 score away from blowing this game open, really. But at the same point in time, we are also just 1 score away from covering. In fact, even if we kicked a field goal, we'd be covering. So we're in the game. We'll keep our eye on this. One positive note, I rarely take overs in hockey, as you guys know. But we took the over in the hockey game tonight, the Toronto Maple Leafs, 1 hockey pick. And the game goes over the number. That's right, Nighthawk. We put this one in the winner's pile. We put the over in the winner's pile. We got a nice play here on the Boston Red Sox. Nice play on the Boston Red Sox here, if that can cash. And you know, now we got the over in the football game, we got the over in the baseball game, and we've got Arkansas State. So if we can just hit one of these, if we can hit 2 of these, it'd be nice. But if we can hit one of them, you know, we'll be in the profit. So all you can really do is chip away and grind away. But App State right now, they're moving the football. Quarterback scrambling for big yards right now. App State's just moving the ball down the field. It looks like we just hit them out of bounds. Yeah, this game it's going to be 28-9 like any minute now. Arkansas State is fading. You know what was frustrating is with this game is, man, we were fucking in this game. Like the game, like seriously, it was 9-7. It was 9-7, and there was like 6 minutes left in the first half. Like, it was weird. There wasn't any points or anything. It was kind of an ugly game. It was 9-7, and then the quarterback on Arkansas State threw a fucking interception on like his fucking 6-yard line. It was really stupid too. It was 3rd and 1. Like, the play calling is just so bad. You know, like the Dallas Mavericks hired a gambler. I don't know if we talked about it on this show, but The Mavericks hired a gambler to help them out. You know, like I can call better plays for Arkansas State. It's like, guys, it's 3rd and 1 on your 2-yard line. Like, why are you throwing the football? Like, you know, it was like on the 12-yard line or whatever the hell it was, but it was just stupid. It was a stupid play. It was 3rd and 1. It was like a lazy out pattern, fucking pick 6. And then after, there's like, you know, a minute left or whatever. They're moving the ball down the field, and they actually go all the way down the field. And then the kid on Arkansas State, for some reason, just fucking throws one up there. You know, they're all precise. They go all the way down the field. He just lobs one up there, and it gets picked off. And like I said, we're like a second away from being 28-9 here. They're going to score any second. Maybe we can hit the over. If they hit this, they get a touchdown, the over will be on pace. It's fucking frustrating. There's a deep pass, and there's nearly a touchdown, but no. All right, so we'll keep our eye on this. Jeff Feinberg's going to join us in a couple of minutes. They're into the 7th inning right now in the Bronx. What's up, Daniel Natal? Good to see you. Eric Leduc, what's up? Frank Mannion, what's kicking? Shano, the Red Sox fan, is enjoying life. Felipe Enrique. That's right, I'm the handicapper. Nate Brooks, Connor wants in. So what's up, Nick Papa Giorgio? So basically, that's the deal right now. Dustin Poirier is out, and you knew something would happen with this fight. I could tell too. When they were so desperate to get Cormier on this card, I knew something was up. I knew something was up. So let the Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz hype begin, which I don't think is going to happen. Now, nothing would surprise me. Nothing would surprise me with Conor McGregor, right? I mean, you know, the guy likes to make money. He also thinks he can beat Nate Diaz. I don't know, though. He got pretty beat up the other night. I just don't know if physically, like, it's a smart move for him. Like, you know, he got pummeled, fuck. You know, he got punched in the face a million times. He got fucking neck cranked out. You know, I don't know. Like, I don't know. He couldn't just get into training right now and stuff. I think he needs a couple of months. They'll find someone for Diaz, except Diaz isn't the easiest guy to deal with. So now that Poirier's out, Diaz is going to look to hold the cards, except the UFC is going to say, we just booked Cormier for this. Dana White has a lot of money, but say what you will. Like, the dude does deal with a lot of bullshit. Like, I saw Dana White. Like, I don't like when my phone rings, but my phone rings less and less now, to be honest. But I saw Dana White once say, he goes, I get like fucking 50 calls a day. He's talking about like he gets hundreds of calls, whatever, but he's like about 50 calls a day are like bad news. He goes, you guys have no idea. He goes, I'm always getting calls that are bad news. This is canceled. That's canceled. This guy behind the scenes can't do this and this. He's like, I just, I accept it, basically. This is one of these fights that was just too good to be true. You knew Diaz and Poirier. It would have been epic, but now for the record, so yeah, they just announced Daniel Lewis versus Cormier. Cormier versus Lewis for the heavyweight championship, and Stipe Miocic, he's all pissed off. He's on Twitter, he's on Instagram bitching right now, and I think he's kind of delusional. He says that everyone knows that 9 times out of 10 that he would fight Cormier, he would beat him, but it was just that one night he did it. I actually think it's the other way around. In fact, I like Miocic. I think he's good and stuff, but Cormier will beat him every time. Like Cormier can beat anybody except John Jones. It's just one of these deals. Cormier can beat anybody. He can beat any heavyweight. He can beat anybody besides John Jones. Like if John Jones came back and fought at heavyweight, he would beat Daniel Cormier. But Cormier is going to beat anybody else. So for the record, Cormier is a 9-1 favorite against Derek Lewis. Fucking ridiculous, 9-1. Yeah, Tony Ferguson versus Khabib. Tony Ferguson versus Khabib. That's a great fight, but that's not going to happen for a long time. Exactly, bros. Cormier is the best in the world. He has been for like the whole time, really. People don't they don't give Cormier the credit he deserves, really. Like if you look at what he's accomplished and stuff, you know, in college, the Olympics, the heavyweight tournament that he won in Strikeforce. You know, he was fucking slamming fucking D. Like he picked Josh Barnett up and slammed him. You know, like I said, he can beat anybody except John Jones. And the only reason he can't beat John Jones is just it's bad timing. Like it's just one of those deals. Every person's gonna have a nemesis, and Cormier's nemesis just happens to be 10 years younger than him. You know, it's like it's not really fair, but it is what it is. And it really says something, actually, that John Jones's biggest rival is a guy that's 40 years old. Like, you know, like Cormier's old, fuck, you know, Cormier's an older dude. Cormier's had like 13 knee surgeries and shit, right? He's been through a lot, Cormier. John Jones was fighting this guy when he was 28 and he was juiced up and coked up and stuff. So take that with a grain of salt. I don't know. That's a good question. Listen, I think Miocic could deserve a rematch. You know, the guy was the winningest UFC champion ever or heavyweight ever. He defended the belt more than anyone else. He deserves a rematch. The thing is with Cormier's a weird dude where whatever he does, no one's going to be happy, right? So Cormier, of course, said before to Miocic after the fight, I'll fight you again, no problem, fight. He even told him like before, I'll give you a rematch, no problem. He goes, I'm not one of these guys that's going to screw around. He goes, I'll give you a rematch. But then after the fight, remember the Brock Lesnar talk came up. And then Cormier said, listen, I'll fight Miocic again, but he goes, obviously, I want to fight Brock Lesnar. And, you know, it was because of the money. So he said, obviously, you know, having an opportunity to fight Brock Lesnar, I can't turn that down. And he said, I've always wanted to fight Brock Lesnar. The thing is, Brock Lesnar is nowhere near to fighting right now. So the whole deal was DC did tell people, and he did say this publicly, that if I don't fight fucking Lesnar, I will fight against Miocic again. I'll give you a rematch. And then he even said, I'll beat Lesnar and then I'll fucking fight you again. And so now it rubs people the wrong way, Miocic backers, that, you know, hey, you said this, that you would fight him, but now you're not, and now you're fighting this guy that you're a 9-1 favorite against. But you can't blame Cormier for this. Number one, you don't know. Like Dana White controls everything, right? Well, not Dana White and the Emanuel guy, Ari Emanuel, and Dana White. But maybe they don't want Miocic fighting, right? Like, yeah, you don't know. Basically, they went to Cormier and they said, listen, you want to fight, you know, you're going to fight Daniel Lewis at Madison Square Garden. And if you're Cormier, he looks at it like it's an easy fight. Short notice, but easy fight for him. I don't know. Now there's reports, there's rumors that Lesnar's or John Jones's return is might not be as quick as that people think. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Like I said, everybody's going to talk about Conor McGregor taking this fight, but I don't think he can do it. It's too short of notice. All right, so here you go. Jorge Masvidal has already fucking stepped in. Masvidal says to Nate Diaz, I'll fight you. Yeah, that's not the thing, though. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, this is a nightmare for Dana White. It's one thing to have a fight canceled or a fighter like off the fight, because most fighters, although more and more guys are more difficult with them now, but most fighters will just basically say, whatever, man, just get me a new opponent. Let's move on here. But Nate Diaz isn't most people. Like, Nate Diaz has threatened to pull out of this fight like 3 times already. So now that Nate Diaz is going to play the game and say, why the fuck am I going to fight this guy? I'm not fighting Masvidal for next to nothing. Like, Diaz views himself as like a Conor type, that he deserves like a shitload of money. The UFC doesn't look at him like that, right? But he got a shitload of money because he fought Conor a couple of times. I bet you Diaz is going to say, I want Conor, because he knows that's the money, right? It's all about money, guys. It's money, 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 money. Maybe Conor will do this, man. Conor will look to save face, come back, beat Diaz, and then call out Khabib again. Because it's hard to call out Khabib now without like another win. You know what I mean? He needs a win. He needs a win. Khabib is uninterested in a rematch with Conor as well. He responded to Conor on Instagram like everybody else does nowadays, and basically stated that it's over. October 6th that was it. Basically that you had your chance and you lost. It's time to move on. Like, Khabib told him too, like, you should move on now. They basically said, the same thing will happen, and I feel sorry for you. You're not the same fighter anymore. You should just move on. We can get the exact quote for you. He doesn't really speak English well, right? So it's sort of broken English. He said, friend, even though you are now slowing down, otherwise I'm uncomfortable for you, myself. I told you on October 6th, I tell you everything. Or do you really want to beat me there? I apologize to everyone whom I offended in our common victory. Dana White. I've been doing this for 18 years and I've never been more disappointed. I know, because this is worse than fucking Conor throwing a dolly through a window. It's funny too, because Dana White's talking about how it's funny that Dana White said that, Khabib already proved what he said. He proved it. He proved that he could beat him. He said he should have picked him up, shook his hand, and hugged him after the fight. He said that's what a real champion would have done. He's saying that's what a real champion would have done. Said, I don't know, guys. Can you guys recall? Can you remind me when Ronda Rousey was fucking fighting Miesha Tate? Did Dana White ever call her out for not shaking her hand? Remember Miesha Tate put her hand out and fucking Ronda was like, fuck you. Dana White didn't have a problem. Dana White never has a problem with Conor McGregor being a dickhead to Jose Aldo, does he? No. He didn't have a problem with the terrorist jokes. No. Like, it's really hard to take Dana White seriously now. Like, it's amazing. Like, you figure Dana would just tell Conor, listen, you make a lot of money, dude, but you got to chill the fuck out, right? You're an embarrassment to our company. Like, you really got to settle down with this shit. I'm reading now that basically a lot of people were very uncomfortable with the 9/11 stuff, but, Dana just stood there smiling. So that's the whole thing. It's like, you guys call him a terrorist, You made fun of his religion. You made fun of his country. And then everyone's upset after that, oh my God, Khabib didn't fucking shake his hand after and fucking started a fight after. It's like, it's comical, like that Conor's somehow a victim in this. It's really funny, you know? Was Conor a victim when he ran into the Bellator cage last year and fucking punched a referee? Like, he's gotten away with everything all the time. He finally got his ass handed to him. And it's like everyone feels bad for him. It's fucking, you know. Khabib has no self-control. No, he has self-control. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. I read an article tonight, though, on Deadspin, and they were actually right. They were actually right. Like, the whole thing actually helped Conor. You know, like, Khabib, like, saved Conor almost by doing this. And the guy in Deadspin had a point. Because basically, if Khabib just doesn't do anything after the fight, people are talking about how Conor got destroyed. Instead, it's like people aren't even talking about the performance. It's more just about the melee after. No, but there is no bigger man in this shit. It's cage fighting, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm always surprised that people are surprised about this shit. It's cage fighting. Yeah, his father's not happy with him. There is talk of Khabib and George St. Pierre actually fighting too. I got to tell you, man, as good as George St. Pierre is and shit, I think I would be on Khabib. You figured like George St. Pierre's size and shit, but Khabib's younger. He was too relentless. Like, eventually age would catch up to GSP. I know Khabib said it would be an honor. I remember he said this a couple of weeks ago. Like, it came up, and he said it would be an honor to fight George St. Pierre, that he looks up to him, and you know, it wouldn't be a smack talk fest, that's for sure. And it also would be a boring fight. So, you know, I don't know if the size difference. Khabib takes down Luke Rockhold and shit. Khabib takes down, you know, big dudes, Cain Velasquez. And so George St. Pierre is big, but he's not that big, you know? Put it this way, like, Khabib really doesn't have any challengers besides, he should fight Tony Ferguson. But like Brooks says, I don't know. I think Khabib will fight again, but it probably won't be for like 6 months or something. Tony Ferguson's crazy enough, you know, to not be scared of Khabib, and he's more well-rounded than Conor McGregor is, Tony Ferguson. So I still think Khabib would win. I don't see anybody beating Khabib. Like, you look at Khabib stand up and what he brought to the table. Oh shit, fucking Feinberg. Fuck. We got caught up in this Nate fucking this shit. I got caught up in the I got caught up in the breaking UFC news. I didn't even look at the clock. All right, so I'll get Feinberg in here. I see the Arkansas State girls are dancing, but are you dancing for a reason or are you just dancing? It looks like you're just dancing. Motherfuck, I fucking knew the total was a trap in this game. The both defenses are pretty good. 21-9 right now. 4th and 4. This Justice Hansen guy, man, he's been around a while. I just don't understand it. Like, he just can't get anything fucking going here. Arkansas State's offense is like Like, look at this. The receiver slipping, 2 receivers ran into each other. What the hell are you guys doing? Fuck. That's what happens when you bet on Sunbelt teams. We're in this game, man. Like, I got plus 10. Fuck, we're down by 11. We're down by 12. All right, guys, play some fucking defense. Yeah, exactly. I don't think Khabib's going to retire. I don't think Khabib's going to retire yet. He'll probably want to get to like 30-0 or something. Jeff Feinberg steps up and in. My apologies, Jeff.
What's up, Gabe? I'll tell you this. I only watch Saturday because I really only watch the super fights. And I watch for the freak show because I wasn't like, you can't say I followed you, Paul Shag, like I bet Khabib, that was my, I don't really know. I never seen him fight before. I only watch, this is probably his first super fight, or maybe I missed one, but I only watch like super fights. And I saw the stuff he said, and I wanted to see Conor get his ass whipped. And I'm not surprised one bit that the shit Conor does, someone finally crossed the line. Like, someone snapped, and he snapped. And I don't know whether it was right or wrong. People didn't like my take when I said I loved every second of it, but I loved it.
You're a casual fan. You thought it was entertaining. You probably want to see more of that stuff. Like,
I don't know. I was like out of my seat, like hooting and hollering, like a fucking schmuck. But I loved it. That's the honest to God's truth.
It's funny that people say, "Oh, it's a black eye for the sport and stuff." The sport is people beating each other up in a cage. Like, it's not like, it's not a sport. You know what I mean? People want to pretend it is and shit, and a lot of guys it is, but in the old days, it used to be hostile.
It's not like pitchers using the ball as a 100-mile-an-hour weapon and batters whipping their helmets at pitchers.
It's like a hockey fight, Jeff. People say they don't like fighting in hockey. Well, it's like Michelle Serpico told me the other day. She goes, "That's her favorite part of a hockey game. When she goes to a game, she hopes there's a fight."
Well, guess what? That's the only time of the game. Both fans, you're there with your bud. That's both fans and everybody standing and cheering at the exact same time.
Yeah, very, very few people say, "Oh my God, it's there's a fight going on. There's a fight going on."
And I don't know. I'm just wired that way. I'm not gonna lie. Who was it? Crabtree and the cornerback last year started throwing punches. Like, I'm out of my seat, like screaming, like loving it. So I don't know.
Of course. There's a reason why Kyle Turley is so popular, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's a legend.
The guy's a legend because he threw the helmet. It's like I'm amazed more guys haven't done that, Jeff. It doesn't seem like that crazy thing of a dude, but no one's ever really done it before. Like, has anyone else? I can't recall anyone on the field throwing a helmet like that. It's the way he did it because he threw it so high. But I don't know if you know the story, but so Kyle, like Michael Jordan's pretty much like a big asshole, right?
Yeah.
So like he's not friendly to people. He doesn't sign autographs. He's not a nice guy. So like there's a famous story about like there was a charity event and a rapper paid, like some fucking famous rapper. I could look it up. Someone in the chat will know the story. Like a famous rapper, Jeff, paid like $100,000 or something for like a Jordan jersey because he loves Jordan and the guy's rich and it was a good charity. So he went up to Jordan after. He was like, "Listen, I just got the jersey here. Can I get a picture?" And Jordan fucking told him, "Fuck, I ain't fucking taking a picture with you. Fuck, you're a fucking thug, whatever." Like Jordan like insulted the guy and shit. The guy said it was like the biggest disappointment of his life meeting Michael Jordan and shit. So anyways, there's a lot of stories of Michael Jordan just being a dick to people. So Kyle Turley tells me once he's in a bar in Los Angeles, in a hotel bar, and he's having a drink and he's standing there and Michael Jordan comes up to him And Michael Jordan says, "Excuse me, I don't want to bother you, but I'm a big fan of yours. Can I get a picture with you?" And he said, "You throwing that helmet's like the coolest thing I've ever seen." Like, that's the power, Jeff, of Kyle Turley's helmet toss. Michael fucking Jordan came up. And Michael Jordan was with all these dudes, and Jordan was all impressed. He was telling, "Man, this guy's a badass. And fucking, this is Kyle Turley." And like, it was just funny. Like, Kyle was very proud of that Michael Jordan fucking wanted to meet him. But Turley's got the best stories. Like, Reggie Bush. Kyle Turley is Reggie Bush's favorite player. So it's just funny. Like, fucking Reggie Bush loves Kyle Turley. Like, every time he sees him and shit, he tells him, "Oh, I love you." And fucking, yeah, random NFL stories with Kyle Turley's fucking funny shit. The Ditka story is the best too. Fucking, but like the Saints are 0-11. They're 0-12, and fucking Ditka's coaching the Saints, and the team says a prayer before the game. So they're in the locker room before they go out on the field, and the team says a prayer, and they're like, "Jesus, please protect us. Amen. And please fucking no one get injured." Like, they're going off this prayer list. And then Mike Ditka comes up, and like Ditka never says anything, I guess, during the prayers. Fuck, like, you know, so Ditka like comes up to the prayer after. And he goes, "And dear God, please fucking teach these people how to fucking play football." And everyone starts cracking up. I guess they won that day too and shit. So, like, it's funny. Ditka's like a hard ass, but he's a funny guy in real life, right? Like, he'll say funny ass shit. He was like, "Yeah, please, Jesus, teach these fucking losers how to catch a football, and so maybe we can win a fucking game. Amen." Everyone started cracking up. So, what's your thoughts? I see that one of the Spanos died today. I got to be honest. I didn't say anything about it. What am I going to say? I don't, you know. I'm not one of these guys that praises, you know, like the announcers, "Oh, Mr. This," and all the owners are all great and fucking how great they are and shit. But, you know, you're a lifelong Charger fan. What, any thoughts on the old man Spanos going?
Yeah, I guess the true thought of it, Dave, is the sad reality is he battled a really bad case of dementia. He was alive maybe longer than people thought. But I would say since about 2004, he's kind of been an afterthought. And like you know, it's always interesting to think of what would have happened if he didn't get sick, you know, because his son is certainly not his father. A good man died today. Not such a good man runs the team. But the soul of this man and his brain died many years ago. That he was in he probably didn't even know the team moved. I mean, he was in a really.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't even realize he was still alive. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He had been so far gone out of the picture. I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously the family had the means maybe to have the care that other people don't. But yeah, it's that
his legacy.
He was a self-made billionaire.
But his legacy is too bad, sort of tarnished now with the team leaving. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Even though I guess he's not really responsible for that, you know?
Yes. And again, it's interesting. Everyone likes to wonder what would have happened if he was alive, like, you know, not, you know, so much well, but alive and capable, like a lot of the older owners. What would have happened? You know, what would have happened, because it really is his legacy that was at stake in the city of San Diego. And like you mentioned, that is kind of tarnished. A self-made billionaire from nothing, so you got to respect that. A man to respect, not the son of a billionaire like who owns the team now, or, you know, Dean, but yeah. So that's sort of that. He's been. It's sad to say, but like this was just sort of like a formality. Like this was sort of like in the NBA when a contract signed, but it's not like official until the end of the summer for some weird like reason. Like I don't mean to be rude, but to us Charger fans, like he'd been dead, like for a while, and yeah, so it's sad, but yeah, that's sort of the retrospect, is to think what could have happened without him. I don't think any player on this current team, maybe outside of Phillip, would have known him or even seen him in a normal state. So I don't think that's like a win one for the Gipper thing is in play this week. I don't think that's really in play. Although,
Larry and Wawa's asking, you look at Drew Brees now, the biggest passer, in the history of the National Football League, the guy that was with the Chargers before.
This is where we want to go. Okay, let's go there.
Throwing it out there, like if you look.
This is an interesting thing. I don't think we should be as hurtful as the Dolphins, who let a failed medical get away.
Yeah.
Here's the reality. Everyone wants to point fingers at the Chargers, Gabe. You were a gambler. You saw it. The Chargers went 1-15 with Drew Brees as the quarterback and had the first overall pick and were told to fuck you with Eli Manning. Drew Brees would call hut and just stare at David Boston for 5 seconds and throw an interception. So he took his lumps with us. And
that's the thing, too, that Drew Brees also, one of the reasons why he's a great quarterback, but one of the reasons why he's thrown for as many yards is because of the coach that he's with and the system that he's in, right? Yeah,
I just like to think that, I honestly don't think we would have won the big game if Drew Brees stayed forever. Nate Kading still would have missed the kicks.
Yeah.
I don't know. Marlon McCree still fumbles.
I don't think if Drew Brees is there, you could say, he would have won a Super Bowl. You're right. Because
I don't know. All the
the reason why Drew Brees won.
Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think the big games, maybe Phillip Rivers didn't play a superstar, but we didn't lose those games because of I don't know. I don't see we would have won those games. But if people want a crash course, so I'll give a quick crash course here. So we go whatever. We have first overall pick. We want a quarterback because Brees has really been horrible, and we take a quarterback. And, then the Eli for Phillip trade, and we get some other picks that end up being Merriman and whatever. So, yada, yada, yada. So we have Phillip Rivers now and Drew Brees.
Players, you just never close with the teams. You can't say you're right. You can't stay. It's easy in hindsight now to look back, but players aren't the same on different teams. You're right. And, Phillip Rivers had a great career.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Gabe. So it's Drew Brees, and we just draft Phillip. And Drew Brees has the training kit. We still have Flutie. We actually carried 3 quarterbacks, Brees, Rivers, and Flutie for 1 year. I guess the plan was initially never to have Rivers play, but Brees sort of became a good quarterback that year. We went to the playoffs. We lost to the Jets. Brees, we still had him under contract for 1 year. We got rid of Phillip. Phillip sat for 2 whole years. He really got to just take everything in for a while. And then in Drew Brees last year, his last game under contract with the Chargers were 7-8. This is what ended A.J. Smith and Marty Schottenheimer. This moment in time is what ended that relationship, and maybe this moment in time ended any chance of us ever winning anything big. So it was week 17, and Marty, we were 7-8, and Marty really wanted to be 8-8. He we're 8-8. Marty, 500, not a losing season. That's important. And AJ Smith was no, I want Phillip Rivers to play. Why wouldn't Phillip Rivers play? This is the perfect opportunity to let Phillip Rivers play. Right? Even Mahomes, I guess they had nothing to lose, but Mahomes started week 17 last year, people forget, or whatever. Even though they made the playoffs. In the end, Marty won the argument and early in that game, Brees gets sacked and he fucks his shoulder up big time. And so now he's a free agent with a ripped up shoulder, and we've got Phillip Rivers, right? It's not even a debate for us anymore. He fails the physical with the Dolphins. He wanted to be a Dolphin. He wanted to be a Dolphin. Saban and all his genius picked Culpepper over him. This was also at a time, Gabe, where the high picks were paid a lot of money. So we had paid Phillip Rivers a lot of money to just walk in the door. And we'd essentially paid him $34 million to never play. But once you paid them all that big money, then their actual contracts were cheap. So now we were we paid him all the guaranteed money. Now we just have him on his small contract number. So yeah, I don't know. Either way. So would Breeze have ever been like, I don't know, he was a free agent, and like it all just worked how it worked. But that's sort of what happened. The Dolphins and their fans are the ones that should really like hate life. But yeah, I thought about it a few times, like if Breeze was, but to me, like, I don't know. I can't think of the games we would have won. Like, I don't know. I'm really excited for this Sunday because I'm excited about the Chargers again, and the Browns are amazing. They're so much fun. This to me is a really fun game though for this Sunday right now. I'll tell you that much.
So yeah, here you are, and of course, I don't have to remind you. Of course, the Browns beat the Chargers a couple of years ago to get that win.
Yes.
So
we've actually lost our last 2 times there. I was at a time previous. We lost a 9-6 game. I had to drive home in Hurricane Sandy after losing that game to a 9-6 game there. It was horrible.
They're 1-point favorites, Sully. They're 1-point favorites on the road here. Cleveland's one of the better teams, man, in the AFC. They actually are.
Yeah, you look at the games they didn't win. I mean, they tied the Steelers, who we know they're Jekyll and Hyde, but they're the Steelers. It takes a lot.
Well in all 5 games, Jeff. I've been saying all year.
The Saints, who look like the only team in the NFC that might beat the Rams when it matters. They played they should have beat the Saints. So yeah, they're really good. But I don't know if this matters to you, Gabe, but I'm a sucker for spot games. And this has to be a bad spot for Baltimore, for Cleveland.
Yeah, I thought that last week against Baltimore after coming home from Oakland. I thought it was a bad spot for them.
But now they played 2 straight full overtime games. And now they just
won 2 games in a row since like 2014 too.
Gabe, they just played 2 straight full 5 quarters, not just overtime games, full to like the last second of overtime games. And now they just beat their biggest rival on the planet on a last-second field goal. I mean, listen, there's a lot of time before you got to make your bets, and there's a lot of things to factor with the Chargers. West Coast coming east. This is a first of a double leg because the Chargers will be headed to England after this game. They don't even go home. You know how that works. When you go to England, you sort of go there for the week. But, it's better than a home game, I guess, for the Chargers. So we're happy to go to England. Tennessee. So it'll be an interesting AFC game.
Interesting. So
yeah, but so yeah, there's a lot of things to consider. But Gabe, the Chargers are one of 5 teams to score over, I think, like 22 or 21 in every game this year. The only teams the Chargers have lost to are the.
Are you selling the fact here? You like the Chargers in this game?
No, I'm saying there's a lot of factors. It's early. I think. I thought the Browns I thought I might be the team getting a couple points here. I'm actually pretty surprised. Because the metrics show the Browns are really fucking good.
I wouldn't argue if the Browns were -3.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. I thought I was going to be the one to get the +1 where I could teaser it to 8. That's where I was hoping. I'm on the wrong side of that, which is really annoying for me. Right? Because you can't, when you're at -1, I want this game to drop. To me, Baker's the flavor of the month. But I don't know. The Chargers can score. Their defense just played their best game of the season. To me, it's just a really exciting game. I don't know. It could be like a wild card tiebreaker type like game. Like looking back on it, like at the end of the year, I'm not kidding. Like I'm excited. Browns fans should be too. The Indians got eliminated. They're fucking hyped. There's going to be 70,000 madhouse in that fucking place. Like, they are fucking jacked for these guys.
No, you're right. I think it could be a playoff tiebreaker. You guys probably aren't going to win a division. It's still too early to write it off, but KC are just racking up the wins. And
racking up the wins. Cleveland
looks like they're going to be in a playoff mix. And
sure, yeah.
So you're right. These conference games are very important. As you recall last year with the Buffalo Bills, right? You guys beat us, yet somehow we got in last year.
Well, that's because it ended up the 3-way tiebreaker, which sometimes is a saving grace. When you're losing that head-to-head, you need a third team to get in there, so they reshuffle. They go to something else. So yeah, I don't know. It should be exciting game. I misread the game. I misread the game last week.
Like you know it. The Raiders usually hang around. They're usually close games with the Raiders and the Chargers, but you guys really showed up last week.
Yeah, I think, I was at the 49er game where they lollygagged like little fucking bitches, and we could talk about that game. That was so depressing. I'll say this. I was able to drive from San Diego to Carson in about 75 minutes. So that was encouraging on a Sunday morning. I didn't see traffic till I hit Long Beach, and I was pretty excited about that. And going to Qualcomm, it could take like 35 minutes just to get off the highway, because it's one fucking ramp that goes under. You've been there. Anyone that's been there will know what I mean. If you haven't, it's kind of hard to explain. But I despised everything. When I was in my seat, I was happy. But outside of my seat, like, you feel like you're in some chic LA food fair. And I was so fucking angry, man. I hate it there. I was not happy. The game was so stressful too, that 49er game. I thought it was going to be stress-free. But still, no, I'm not I was so upset having to go see my guys in LA as someone that's been going to San Diego.
That's your home. That's your home now, LA.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
Did you enjoy the LA at all?
No, because I'm in San Diego. I just went back after the game. My family's out in San Diego. So I didn't enjoy that, and I'm in no rush to see them play. I guess maybe until the new stadium, whenever that would be ready, when they're tenants of Kroenke's Rams. But I don't know. I'm excited. This seems like an exciting game. I don't know what to make of the Chargers because their wins have been, games I guess they should have won, and their losses have been against the Rams and the Chiefs, the two teams that people are putting in the Super Bowl. So I don't know. I don't know what to make of us still. My grade, I even like a 30% season in, I don't know what even grade to give us. I feel like it's just incomplete. All I know is we're not 0-4, and last year we finished strong, and let's just keep stacking up wins.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You look at this year, it looks like 9-7 will be a playoff record. There's a lot of parity in the National Football League. No one's really running away with anything with the exception of a couple of teams. It's a big game. Cleveland actually is starting to look like a real football team right now. I didn't see this from Baker Mayfield. I'll admit when I was wrong, Jeff. I didn't think Baker Mayfield would be this successful this quick in the NFL.
Yeah, I didn't really see much of that game last week. I guess that's just a weird AFC North game that's 9-6. I was encouraged he wasn't making I don't know how many big plays. I know he made a couple big plays in overtime. I'm worried the Chargers will have a
fucking idiot. Sorry, bro. I want to see the replay of this pitch. The bases are loaded. I got the over. It wasn't even close to being a strike.
Oh, they're bringing Sale in, eh?
He's incompetent. It's beyond that was a ball. Fuck.
I'm shocked they let him have the game.
Holy fuck, man.
I'm shocked they let him have the game.
It's fucking frustrating. Fucking bases loaded. The ball was 2 feet outside. And the crazy thing is, Angel Hernandez is suing baseball for discrimination because he doesn't get World Series assignments. Because he says he's Cuban. That's why.
Sorry.
Yeah, fuck. That's why.
Come on, man.
It's unbelievable. It's true. Fuck. The guy is a disgrace. Guy's claiming discrimination because he's Cuban. Fuck. It's dude, you're fucking lucky they haven't fired you. Seriously. You should have been fired years ago. The guy's a clown. Fuck. Holy fuck, man. Arkansas State are bad. All right. So what else are you looking at in the NFL this week? How about my Buffalo Bills, huh?
Oh, dude. It's amazing. You look at the games they've lost and how they've been outscored, and then you look at the games
they're terrible.
That they've won, but I don't know. They got to just keep on.
You know what's crazy, though, Jeff? Their schedule of their first 5 games was so over the top brutal. At Baltimore, at Green Bay, at Minnesota, host the Chargers, fucking host the Titans.
Yeah, every team's going to be in the playoff mix for sure.
And honestly,
Yeah,
like a lot of good teams would be 2 and 3 right now. You know what I mean?
yeah. No, it's true. It's true. They didn't get like. Yeah.
I gotta tell you too, this is a very winnable game this Sunday, man. I really sincerely believe it. It's a winnable game. Bill O'Brien's an idiot. And it's looking more and more like it's going to be Brandon Weeden. The Bills can beat Brandon Weeden. I sincerely believe this. Like,
they have no one to blame but them.
Let the tweets begin and the haters out there. And I can just see the pot shots now of people if it's Josh Allen versus Brandon Weeden. And the comments, oh, this is the worst matchup of starting quarterbacks in the history of the NFL and shit. But
no. We had some worse.
Good, but the kid makes plays when he has to.
Quarterback play league wide is the best I've ever seen it. I don't know if that's part of the rules, but yards, completion percentage, QB ratings, it's up. So the numbers will tell you that it's not as bad, and it doesn't feel like there's like 15 shitty quarterbacks like it did a couple years ago. Like there's been a great rejuvenation in quarterbacks everywhere. Last week, all 4 rookies won, all 4 of those first round picks. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, first time in the history of the NFL that's happened.
Yeah, I cheer for all of them. I swear, for the most part,
What do you think? I'm pretty much, going to the football game. I don't see why I'm not, unless something extreme happens. So I'm going to go to the game on Thursday night. I'm not a Giant fan or I'm not an Eagle fan, but I might as well enjoy the spoils of New York City a little bit, right? So, and plus I go to the Sportsbook all the time. It's right on the property. Like I'm there every fucking day. So I almost feel like I have to go to the game since I'm there all the time anyways. So the Eagles are -3 in this game. The Eagles have been terrible this year. The Giants are the Giants. I'm actually liking the Eagles in this spot. I just hate losing fucking games I go to. And it seems like I lose more often than I win when I go to a football game. So I really don't want to go to this game and lose. It's one thing, Jeff, when you lose a bet online, right, at a game. It's like, yeah, whatever, fuck, it sucks. But this is different, bro. The Sportsbook is outside the stadium, right? So, like, this is real. I'm going to bet the game before the game, and I can go get my money after the game, and I can pay for the game. So it's very, very paramount that we win the bet. And I'm leaning with the Eagles right now. What do you think of this game?
It feels like a fishy one because it feels like so obvious that I'd want to bet the Eagles, but the world seems to be going against the Giants at the moment. Like it's hard to see people wanting to bet them. I don't like this game one bit. I don't feel comfortable about it either way. If I had to bet it, I would lean the Eagles. I think these shorter weeks, I just try to bet the better teams, historically.
Yeah, and they say the road team, but the thing is, Philly and New York is really not a road trip, right? Like the Eagles are like the third team in this area. There's more Eagles than the Jets. Now, Drew's telling me it's going to be raining. Are you kidding me? It's going to be is it going to be hard on Thursday raining? I don't want to sit in the rain. So.
That sucks.
Yeah, let me see. I don't know, man. The Giants will make some plays, but they'll lose the game. Like I get suckered into the Giants sometimes because I think of their skill position players, right? It's like, I got Odell Beckham, you got Saquon Barkley, you got Shepard, you got Ingram, you got all these guys, but you also have Eli Manning who can't get him the football. And Eli will make mistakes. He's basically like Ryan Fitzpatrick's better than he is now. Like Eli just, he'll make plays, but he'll leave a lot of plays on the field. I got to believe that Carson Wentz can find a way and finally start to get a little bit of a rhythm. It's interesting, guys. I wanted to bring this up today, actually, with Big Man, and I forgot to get to it. But there's talk out of Buffalo that LaShawn McCoy is going to get traded to Philadelphia, actually. They're desperate
I heard Philly inquired.
Yeah, there's talk about Le'Veon Bell, but they're not going to do that. And Steelers aren't going to trade Le'Veon Bell in state either.
The word is you guys asked for a second and a third.
What, for LaShawn McCoy?
Yeah. The Bills weren't shopping them. The Eagles called, and you guys, like any team, like anyone's available, and our price is a second and a third. But you guys are 2 and 3. Like, you're not going to trade your best player.
Yeah. I think they will, though. I think they probably will.
Maybe they will.
The Bills have big cap issues, right? Like fucking. So I can see them. I believe this. I think, and they look at, if you're LaShawn McCoy, you're doing him a fucking favor sending him back to Philadelphia.
Yeah, of course.
You're telling them, listen, you want to end your career with the Eagles? You started there. They're a good team. They're Super Bowl champions. It's a good deal for him, but you're right. I don't know, dude. You say they won't trade their best player. They're 2 and 3. We're talking about a team that benched their quarterback when they were 5 and 3.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think you put your Josh out. I mean, McCoy finally played a good game. You saw what you're really asking Josh Allen to do a lot more if you're going to get rid of that guy. It's also part of Josh Allen's development. I think it's put at risk. That's something that has to be factored. Maybe I'm wrong.
Personally, we asked for a second and third. I'd take like a fucking third and fourth. And I don't think anyone would give a third and fourth round pick for LaShawn McCoy. The guy's 30 years old. He's nearly 30 years old. He's a running back. He's always hurt. He is good, though. Like, he's not bad, And he's
it's your boy Anthony Gargano was the first to report it. Some people are calling it, not real, but.
Yeah, we'll see. Something to keep your eye on. The Eagles, one thing with LaShawn McCoy is, too, he's hell-bent on the Hall of Fame, right? And I don't know if he thinks that'll help him or hurt him. And that's the thing with him. Let me see his stats, LaShawn McCoy stats.
I don't know. Is Sean McCoy a Hall of Famer? I don't think so. Maybe I'm missing something.
Anybody with over fucking 12,000 yards is in the Hall of Fame. He's at 10,262. And he knows this. Like, he's aware. Like, he talks about it. His numbers are there, Jeff. Like, I know it's I know.
Yeah, no, I don't know. He just doesn't feel like it was as dominant as like LT or AP. But yeah, the numbers are the numbers.
Put it this way: everybody that is ahead of him in the rushing thing is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. So there.
Okay, here's a question. All right, is LaShawn McCoy a Hall of Famer? The stats would suggest that he is. So listen to this. LaShawn McCoy turned 30 on July 12th. Only 7 players in NFL history have had more yards in scrimmage in their 20s than LaShawn McCoy. Barry Sanders, Marshall Faulk, LaDainian Tomlinson, Emmitt Smith, Edwin James, Jim Brown, and Walter Payton. You're going to tell me that he's not? You know what I mean?
Is Edwin James in?
No. No, I don't believe Edwin James is. But everybody else is.
Yeah.
Let me see, like NFL all-time rushing leaders. Like, he's right there. Like, I had a Hall of Fame. NFL Hall of Fame things are always fun and interesting to talk about. Like, I asked you, is Calvin Johnson a Hall of Famer?
Yes, but that's just my opinion.
He should be, right? But he won't be. He's not getting it. Like, he's not even, like, considered. He's not getting it.
He was, like, physically as good as any receiver I'd ever seen.
Yeah, I know. But you know who ranks ahead of him in career receptions?
Yeah, a lot of guys, I'm sure.
Eric Moles.
Yeah,
I know. But it's, there's numbers and there's,
I know. I'm just sort of, like, thinking, like, his peak abilities is a Hall of Famer. Like, it's not even close. Like,
oh, you're right. Like, he was one of the best players of his era, which is.
And then that single season he had, like, was like Jerry Rice-esque. Like, that 1 year was like insane.
It's interesting that you say, like, with LaShawn McCoy. I'm looking now. Like, basically, pretty much everyone here. I mean, Emmitt Smith, Walter Payton, Barry Sanders, Frank Gore, Curtis Martin, LaDainian Tomlinson, Jerome Bettis, Eric Dickerson, Tony Dorsett, Adrian Peterson, Jim Brown, Marshall Faulk, Edwin James. Look at Edwin James right up there. Fuck, ahead of Marcus Allen. Franco Harris, Thurman Thomas, Fred Taylor. Steven Jackson. Fuck, I wouldn't. If you would have told me that Steven Jackson had 11,438 yards, I wouldn't have believed that. O.J. Simpson, 11,236. You know, so you see what I'm saying? Like, LaShawn's sort of there. This came up the other day because of Gronkowski. Like, do you think, is Rob Gronkowski a Hall of Famer?
To me, is.
Yeah. He is, but barely, fuck.
I don't know. Like, I can see that he's gonna pass.
He's
Like Gates,
barely.
is he not like gonna pass Gates' all-time touchdown mark, and then that's gonna make him a Hall of Famer for the position?
How much, no, he's not a definite Hall of Fame. Muhammad, if he was a definite Hall of Famer, he'd already be in the Hall of Fame. He's been retired for a while, bro. Like, Calvin Johnson's not even considered for the Hall of Fame.
I don't know. Has he been retired that long, Gabe? I think it's gonna come up soon. I don't think he's been on the ballot. I don't think
play long enough. Dude, he's ranked like 43rd overall, Jeff. Like, it's not happening. Like, as good as he was, the Hall of Fame guys look at it like you got to sacrifice your body. You don't get to leave when you're 28 and get into the Hall of Fame. Like, that's not the way they work. Like, it's longevity. Like, you look at Rob Gronkowski, there's only 8 tight ends in the Hall of Fame as it is, and his numbers are barely there. What saves him is he's had a monster season or two. You know, and this is saying if Gronk retires tomorrow, which he probably will. Like, Gronk's got a year or two left. Like, Gronk's not playing much longer.
okay.
Yeah, look it up. Calvin Johnson won't be a Hall of Famer. Like, read all the voters. They all say the same thing. They're like, yeah, he's great, but he just didn't play long enough. Like, you know, the voters are pretty open about it. Is Calvin Johnson a Hall of Famer? You figure he would be, but
Gabe, minus 150, Dodgers series price. What do you make of that?
that's a toss-up. Fuck. It's a toss-up. I think the Dodgers will win, but okay. So here's Calvin Johnson. Megatron played 9 years, which should be long enough actually, but too short for anyone not named Jim Brown. He made the playoffs twice, no playoff wins. He's number 43 on the all-time reception list behind Santana Moss, Henry Eller, Larry Centers, Rod Smith, Mushin Muhammad, Jimmy Smith, Derek Mason, and Eric Moulds. He's played he played one. Calvin Johnson played one less season than Brandon Marshall and has 151 fewer catches. So we put in Brandon Marshall in the Hall of Fame? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it doesn't stack up. I
know it sounds crazy, but it's
if you fall for his like peak
not
ability.
everybody can be Jerry. Jerry Rice played 18 years. You know what I mean? Randy Moss played 16 or whatever. Marvin Harris put up a shitload of fucking numbers. Like, if the Hall of Fame, you can't just be, look, Bo Jackson should be in the Hall of Fame. Is Bo Jackson one of the best players? Bo Jackson can't get in the Hall of Fame. He didn't play.
Fair.
He didn't play. It's like, yeah, you were great. And if you would have stayed healthy, you would have been a Hall of Famer, but you didn't. You didn't play. You went and played baseball. You got hurt. We can't put you in the Hall of Fame. Right? Like, it's the way it goes. It's a cold world, but like I said, to me, you know, Calvin Johnson was one of the best players of his generation, but you know, when you break it down and you realize that he's behind fucking Eric Moulds and Derek Mason and Jimmy Smith and Mushin Muhammad, you realize that the longevity and the volume's just not there. The volume's just not there. Nate Brooks says the Hall of Fame is a joke without Bo Jackson. Not really. Listen, I love Bo Jackson, bro, but he's not a Hall of Famer. Santana Moss isn't in the Hall of Fame. But Bo Jackson, he didn't play long enough. It's like a one-hit wonder. It's like a band. You know what I mean? A band could put out, like Nirvana. Nirvana put out a couple of epic fucking records, but they're not the Rolling Stones. You know why? Because he shot himself, right? Mick Jagger didn't. And Mick Jagger put out 22 records. You know, that's the difference. You know, it's like Guns N' Roses. Guns N' Roses are epic. Guns N' Roses are legendary. Guns N' Roses are Hall of Famers and all that crap. But Guns N' Roses aren't the Beatles. They're not the Rolling Stones. They're not like Judas Priest. They're not these bands that lasted for fucking ever. It's the same shit. Yeah, Bo Jackson was good, guys, but the thing with Bo Jackson, he robbed himself by playing two sports. You know, if he would have focused on one sport, he would have been a Hall of Famer. That's what everyone says. You know, if he would have just focused on baseball, he could have been a baseball. If he would have focused on football, but he wanted to do it both. All right, so yeah, Terrell Owens never won a Super Bowl. Any other picks this week, Jeff, before we let you go?
The Bengals. I think the line is soft there.
Fucking Bengals are killing me this year, bro. I've been on them every week except this week. Can you believe it? I was on the Dolphins. They're up 17-0, bro, and I lose the fucking bet. So this is the dreaded Bengals versus Steelers. You know my history with Andy Dalton. I'm telling you, this is the game the Bengals always lose.
I know. This is the time. I don't know. I think they're going to catch Pittsburgh this time. I don't know. Pittsburgh's sloppy. I know what you mean. The Bengals, I don't know. They really, in many ways, blew the shit out of the Dolphins. The Dolphins, you know, they had interceptions in the red zone. They scored on a kick return. Yeah, Bengals. I like Bengals a lot, Gabe.
I like the Bengals a lot. Ballsy picks this week. I like the Seahawks to beat the Raiders in London. Oh, and I like the Chiefs plus 3.5 against the Patriots.
Yeah, I could see that one. The Bears seem like it's a short number too, because I think everyone's in love with the Bears, and you know they might be coming to reality with the Dolphins. That one seems fishy. I want to back the Bears, but I got to look into that closer. It just smells.
The Dolphins have lost 2 weeks in a row now, but getting 3 points with them is pretty tempting at home. I'm surprised to see that, to be honest. Fucking 35-9. Good job, Arkansas State.
And yeah, no, I'm with you. I think the Bills will punch Houston in the mouth. I believe that. Big prime time overtime win. Bills are going to catch them.
Well, people in the chat are going crazy now about the Bo Jackson stuff and everything else. Drusilla asks, is it true the Chargers are calling Morton Anderson this week?
No, but the Chargers might be in a game where they might be. It might be a push on who's got the worst kicker.
Caleb Sturgis.
Oh, this guy on Cleveland's no specialist either. So, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, we can win the kicking battle.
All right. So before we get you out of here, you betting the golf this week at all?
Oh, Gabe, I am, but I didn't really research it. But
all right. Just throw a name out there.
I'll throw two.
Look, Cam brought this up today. We're going to cap this tomorrow. We didn't do it today either, but I mean, like you said, we're into the dumb shit here. But like he brought this up. Normally, you don't see a big discrepancy like this, where the favorites plus 450, and then the big drop off after this, right? Into like, there's no way in hell I'm taking Justin Thomas, but you get Ryan Moore, Billy Horschel, and everybody else. You throwing a dart with anybody?
I'll give 3 names. These are the 3 guys I'm playing. Xander Schauffele, Cameron Smith, and Rafa Cabrera-Bello.
Jeff Feinberg. My apologies, Jeff. You know what happened is there was.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. I was watching.
It was late breaking news with the UFC. We got all caught up in the fucking poor.
No, I don't know. I love that shit. Yeah, no.
Is Morton Anderson in the Hall of Fame? No.
Yeah, he is. He got inducted when LT got inducted. I was there. Yeah, they put him in. I swear to God.
Really?
I swear to God, Gabe. 2 years ago, he got in. He was in the class of LT and Kurt Warner and a couple, Jason Taylor. Yeah.
Morton Anderson doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion.
They put him in.
Like, why? Just because he was around a long time?
I don't know.
Then Vinatieri's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he'll probably get in.
Vinatieri's a fucking lock Hall of Famer. If Morton Anderson's in, like Morton Anderson to me is like Janikowski. Like he wasn't that good. He was just around a long time. Like I never looked at. I don't know. When I think of Morton Anderson, I just think of the time, I guess the Saints players played a joke on him. They told him that Playboy wanted to do a fucking feature on him. And they said that because they think he was the best dressed man in the NFL. So Morton Anderson, I guess, showed up to a fake shoot, like in a fucking leather, like pants and leather, fucking something really like Euro and leatherish. All the players were there laughing and shit. They were like, Playboy don't want to talk to you. He actually fell for it. Yeah, I wouldn't have known that. I wouldn't have guessed that. Now here I am thinking I know it all. I didn't know that Martin Anderson was a fucking Hall of Famer.
Kimbrough better not fucking blow this. Okay, Gabe. I'll see you next week.
Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, he's Dutch, yeah. Yeah, it took fucking Ray Guy forever to get into the Hall of Fame. Listen, the NFL Hall of Fame is probably the hardest one to get into, along with baseball. It's hard. Like, basically, the NBA is the easiest one to get into. And, like, the NBA, it's not the NBA, it's the it's the Basketball Hall of Fame. They put everybody in that. Like, yeah, not to take away from Basketball Hall of Famers, but like I said, it's pretty vast. You know what I mean? You know what's crazy? I don't believe that Jerry Tarkanian's a Hall of Famer. I think they played politics with him, even though the motherfucker won like 800 games or something. Now, the NHL is pretty easy, Dog Willie. The NHL is also too easy. Isaac Bruce should be a Hall of Famer. Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt both should be in. Yeah, Larry Fitzgerald's an automatic. The Hockey Hall of Fame. The Hockey Hall of Fame is like the most like fucking buddy one. Like it all matters. Like baseball, the Baseball Hall of Fame, it really matters your relationship with the media. Like if you're not nice to the media, you better be really good. Like if you're sort of on the fence and you were a jerk to the media, you're not getting it. Like the media 1000% controls the Hall of Fame, all right, in baseball. Football is different. Football, the players in the Hall of Fame have a lot of say. It's kind of rare. Like they actually have a say in shit. So, and football, they're very meticulous about putting you into the Football Hall of Fame. It's not easy to get into that one. You know, like I said, like they're like, sorry, Calvin Johnson. No. They didn't want to let T.O. in, you know. There's quite a few active quarterbacks that'll be Hall of Famers, Grinch. Tom Brady's a Hall of Famer. Drew Brees is a Hall of Famer. Ben Roethlisberger is a Hall of Famer. Those are three automatics, but there's other guys that I'm going to say, but I know people are going to get upset, but I'm not saying I would put them in, but they're going to be. Like Eli Manning will be a Hall of Famer. I don't think he should be, but he is. Because he's a Manning, and he won 2 Super Bowls. But Eli Manning shouldn't be a Hall of Fame. Like Eli Manning's not one of the best quarterbacks ever to play the game. That's the thing. Like that's the thing. You got to be one of the best. Bo Jackson didn't do it long enough. Phillip Rivers is an interesting one. Phillip Rivers has never fucking been to a Super Bowl. He's never, he doesn't have a lot of success really. But the thing with Phillip Rivers is he put up bigger numbers than Dan Fouts, who's in the Hall of Fame, right? So it's hard to say, well, Fouts is in, but this guy isn't. And plus the media like him, right? The media like Phillip Rivers. Yeah, Eli will get in. Matt Ryan, no. Cam Newton won't get in because they don't like him. Joe Flacco is obviously not a Hall of Famer. Yeah, Cam Newton would need to win. Like Cam Newton needs to that's what I said. Like if they don't like you, you need to be so over the top bold that they can't deny it. And Cam Newton's not consistent enough. Like, Cam Newton's not a Hall of Famer. And I'm a Cam Newton fan, but Cam Newton's not a Hall of Famer. Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's on the path to being a Hall of Famer. Russell Wilson is on the path to be a Hall of Famer. First and second, ninth inning. Drama in the Bronx. Oh, we could hit the Red Sox bet. We could hit the over here. We're going to lose a little bit, fuck, because, you know, bad bets, bad picks. I had a couple of good picks, but a couple of bad picks, fuck. Motherfucker, I really could have used the over in this game. You know, a 3-run shot would do it. 3-run shot would get to 4-4, high drama. Can we actually see it? I don't feel it coming, but you never know.
See what Kimbrel gives him. 2 on, nobody out. The 0-2. And the high fastball, too tall for even Stanton to offer at. To me, that's the show pitch. The only breaking ball he's hit in the postseason is the hitter.
Yeah, he was hoping that Stanton would swing at that high pitch. Stanton's showing some nice discipline here. I don't like their graphics on TBS. I never know how many out or strikes there is. I have a hard time reading this shit. No, it's 1 and 2 though.
Sox would love another one here to turn 2. Here's a 1-2 and a swing.
And of course he strikes out.
And Stanton is down. Greg Kimbrel comes back with a punch out for the first out of the 9th.
That's the thing. Like, if you're Stanton, like, they're all trying to hit a home run there. I told people though. I said the Yankees won't win in the playoffs because of this. They don't have guys that can hit. Fuck. They just they got these monsters that just try to crush the ball. Like the Dodgers hit home runs, but you know they're not trying to. You know they're just trying to make contact, and it sort of happens. Like Mookie Betts says. Like Mookie Betts said, he goes, "I'm not a home run hitter." He goes, "I just hit the ball, and sometimes it goes over the wall." You know, Stanton was trying to kill the ball there. Fuck. You just need a couple of hits if you're the Yankees.
He lays off the breaking ball.
But you know what? A strikeout's better than a double play there if you're the Yankees.
Center field and right field. And that triple was off the wall down the right field line of the wild card game.
Every pitch that this Kimbrel guy's throwing is low, pretty much. They're all in the dirt. Like the Yankees should just hold off. Look at that. See, low. Low. I'm telling you. Like Kimbrel's a little shaky. If you're the Yankees, don't swing at shit. Make him throw pitches. Fuck. Plus, Angel Hernandez is fucking, you never know about him too back there. So, like, if the Yankees are smart, don't let him off the hook. Don't swing at shit. Stanton's just an idiot. Like, Kimbrel doesn't want to put it over the plate right now. He's either going really high or really low. Look at that. That was in the dirt. Fuck.
Vasquez, you call time catcher. It was Vasquez. Avoided.
Kimbrel's a little shaky right now. No, they pay him to hit dingers, and he's trying to hit a dinger. I don't have a problem with that so much, Jude, but it's more just the stroke. You could tell he was uneasy. Stanton's never been comfortable in New York all year. Fuck. I love when they show these fucking fans that are like praying to God and shit. God doesn't care if the Yankees win or lose tonight. Fuck. Sorry, girl. God doesn't care about the Yankees. Right? God doesn't care about your bet, my bet, the Yankees, the Red Sox, whatever's going to happen has nothing to do with anything besides them throwing a baseball. Look at Kimbrel. He's sweating like a motherfucker. It's a weird stance he's got. He does this weird Spider-Man shit. Oh.
Potential winning run is coming to the plate.
Angel Hernandez. I thought he was going to call a strike on that.
First.
Bases are loaded. Praying to Lord Gambler one man show, yeah.
Carries the tying run.
All these baseball fans are always.
Neil Walker was Aaron Boone's.
It's like settle down, fun. Yeah, it's a baseball game, right?
In his lineup tonight. Meeting at the mound.
Red Sox are telling Kimbrel, we got this. See, that's good leadership right there.
Switch hitter, Neil Walker.
Here comes Neil Walker.
More power from the left side.
Switch hitter. Ron Darling says he's got more power from the left side. We got that devastatingly good defensive outfield back there with Benintendi, Bradley, and Betts.
Right field. Very accurate. Walker up. Sanchez Luna.
This is the beautiful thing about baseball, the infinite amount of possibilities here. Bases loaded, one out. He can tie the game. He can end the game with a double play. There's so many different things that can happen here. That's what's cool about baseball. Oh, it hit him.
With the bases loaded. It's a 2-run game. The line keeps moving.
What do I tell you? Every pitch is low. Kimbrel can barely get it to the plate right now. That's like the best case scenario for the Yankees. Bases are still loaded. You got to run it. Now you just need a single and it's a tie game. Fuck, if the Yankees come back and win, fuck, I lose money. So I got more on the Red Sox than the over. I'm trying to get them both, but I can't really right now unless it's 4-4 and the game goes to extra innings.
Still just one out in the ninth.
Ooh.
Swing and a miss. Took a big rip and a big fastball from Kimbrel. Bucky Dent threw out the ceremonial first pitch.
Well,
And the Yankees are trying to have a
high drama in the Bronx.
this time at their stadium.
This place is going to erupt if they hit a 3-run home run here at Grand Slam.
The 0-1. Swing
Oh.
and a miss. Another 98-mile-an-hour fastball. And it's 0-2 on Sanchez. Now going with the fastball is Kimbrel.
Sanchez, this is what I'm talking about, swinging for the fences. All you need is a fucking single, bro. Hell, a sacrifice fly, move everybody over, make it 4-3, and it comes down to another bat. But whatever, just don't hit a double play, really. He's going to swing and miss right now. Oh, lucky he didn't go around.
Special. Checks his swing. Vasquez pounces on it, saves a run. Watch his feet move, his body move to get his body. Just heave his body in front of that baseball.
I've got no confidence that Sanchez is going to fucking hit anything here. He's going to strike out.
Maria carries that tying run at second base.
Like, this is, dude, you don't need a grand slam, bro. You just need to hit a line drive. Man.
Field for Boston. Does Kimbrel dare go with another slider here?
No, he's going to go fastball.
The 1-2 pitch. And he popped and foul out of play. Chased one. Shoulder high fastball. He fouled that ball off.
He's not going slider now. He's coming fastball again right here. I say he's coming fastball high. He's going to throw it like fucking high, so he's going to make him chase at a high fastball here. 1 and 2 is a perfect pitch to do it.
Game 5.
It'll either be high at his head or it's going to be low and outside.
What a finish.
It'll be a fastball, though.
1 ball, 2 strikes. He lays off. Tough take, Gary Sanchez.
Gleyber Torres on deck.
Gleyber Torres.
High pressure on the Yankees here.
Sanchez could end it with one swing of the bat.
Playoff baseball, baby. Oh, Kimbrel's all over the place. This will be a problem for the Red Sox, fucking against the Astros. If they get there, we'll see what happens here.
It all boils down to, can you throw a strike when you need it? They are loaded up.
Bases loaded. Gary Sanchez, full count.
Sanchez has been selling out the fastball. The 3-2. The swing and a high fly ball. And then Tindy.
Deep to the warning track. There's your sac fly. Makes it 4-3. Now there's 2 out.
It's Gregorius. It is a one-run game, but Boston is 1 out away as Gary Sanchez.
Well, Sanchez, this is the Yankees. You guys swing for the fences all the time. This is what you get, fuck.
Just missed it. Taking some tough pitches. Ball's supposed to be up. It was middle, and he just got under it.
You're supposed to drive it, not get under it. That's the thing. Like,
But then settled it.
but whatever, he did his job in a sense. It's down to one, you know, like I said before, you put yourself in a position to tie the game. It's pretty simple. You get a single, the game's tied.
4-3 now.
I would have liked to see if they could get, you know, if they could have pushed the runner over from second to third, though, just in case there's a wild pitch now, right?
It's the winning run in Neil Walker.
It would have been great if they would have fucking tried to steal home fight. You know, like the Dodgers did it in 1956 with Jackie Robinson in the World Series and shit. Like, just show some balls, fuck. You know what I mean? So, you know what? We're going to steal home here. Like, they'll never expect it.
Yankees down to their last out.
All you need is a single here, bro.
During the regular season,
Both Sanchez and Stanton both got out swinging for the fences. Just make contact.
it's 7 of them. There's third in the major leagues. Second.
Once again, anything can happen here. Fuck, 3-run shot, and somehow they can win 6-4.
Fast runner at second. Below average runner at first, and Neil Walker. Here's the 1-0.
That's a strike.
For a strike.
I don't know what people are booing for. That's a strike. Fuck.
Well, it's the maturation of Torres and Miguel Andujar that really helped this team get where they are right now in the postseason. The all-star rookie. Chance of a lifetime here in the ninth. Kimbrel fires. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
We're down to the final out. Final pitch. 2 strikes. 2 out. 1 and 2 count. Runner on first and second. Kimbrel versus Torres. No way he's throwing a strike here. That could be a problem.
The Red Sox will celebrate.
I'd like to see the replay of that if I was the Yankees. He looked to be out.
They're going to look at this one. And this game will either be extended.
I'd take a look at the first there, though. I think he's barely out, but I think it was the right call.
This division series on a challenge. Nunez, shake it up. Remember, Aaron Boone told us
Nunez just got hurt in the celebration, I think.
Season long without getting on the phone was the last play of the game. In the replay era, this is a game that.
Let's see. Nice play by the third baseman here, Nunez. I guess he made the play, hurt himself. Let's see.
Stretch by Pierce. in the glove.
Yeah, he's out.
That's an out. It's going to be an out. The Red Sox win. That's an American League Championship Series is what that is for Boston. What a stretch by Pierce. We've seen a couple of those this series. The Red Sox know they've got it, but it's not official.
That was a good call. It's because it wasn't Angel Hernandez.
Can you believe this game's going to end with a challenge? Here comes the call. He is out, and that's it. The Boston Red Sox win the division series 3 out of 4 against the Yankees, and the Boston Red Sox are headed to the American League Championship Series.
And the Boston Red Sox defeat the New York Yankees. The Yankees lose. Yankees lose. Yeah, we cashed the Red Sox here, but not bad. I got a bad number at plus 112. Congratulations, Shano. Shano's a big Red Sox fan. We cashed this ticket, but I would have preferred to bet I hit the over too. I don't usually bet baseball totals. I'm a little pissed off like that cost me, but it is what it is. Yeah, you're not going to fire a manager that won 100 games, Dog Willie. You know, he won 100 games. Boston Red Sox and the Houston Astros. Good shit, Logan. What's up, Kyle Hamburg? Oh shit, I saw your text. I saw your message, Kyle. I want to get back to you. Yeah, maybe next weekend's better, Kyle, actually. The following weekend would be better. My bad. I wanted to get back to you. My bad. I'll respond later. No, they're not going to fire their manager. They can't fire a manager every year. They can't fire their manager every year. They just won 100 games. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to fire the guy? Listen, Boone made some mistakes. Boone made some mistakes. I'm not disputing that. But the Yankees' bats didn't hit, right? They swing for the fences all the time, and they paid a price for it. Colin Peterson says 2 days with no baseball. Exactly. Tomorrow night's going to be a rough night, man. It's just hockey tomorrow night. So don't forget the late night anger management class is brought to you by Bet Online. And I also see that we have 209 people watching, but only 27 thumbs up. Fuck. Pretty weak, guys. Pretty weak. We got 4 thumbs down, only 27. We got 207 people watching right now. So how about a thumbs up and how about some support for Bet Online? People, yeah, me personally, I don't really care. But I know SBR likes the thumbs up. Me, you know. What's up, T-Bone? Yeah, I don't like betting on the overs in fucking baseball playoffs. Michelle was hot. She's been picking these overs all the time, and I did think it would go over. You know, basically, look, there was a million chances for this game to go over the number today. It just didn't. Fuck. The Red Sox wasted a ton of opportunities. The Yankees couldn't cash it in. It is what it is. We hit the play. We had the Red Sox. We hit the Red Sox tonight, and we hit the Leafs. So we go 2-2. We lose some juice, essentially. We lost some juice tonight, you know. Not the end of the world. Mr. Bass says the Eagles won't make the playoffs this year. The Eagles will make the playoffs. Who's going to make the playoffs instead of the Eagles? Yeah, Bet Online works in Canada. Who's going to beat the Eagles in that division, guys? All the Eagles have to do is win a division. They don't have to be great. They just need to win a division. The Dallas Cowboys aren't winning the division. The Giants aren't going to win the division. Yeah, now you guys are. I see you guys are all just automatically putting the Houston Astros into the World Series, and sure, the Houston Astros are a great team who I think are a little bit underrated, despite the fact that they're the champions. But you can't just discount the Boston Red Sox. I don't understand all the disdain for the Red Sox here. Houston looked like a complete team. The Red Sox bullpen is a concern. Red Sox bullpen is a concern. Like, there's no doubt. We just saw this, and I'd be a little bit worried. But guys, the Red Sox are fucking loaded, man. Look at that outfield that they have. Benintendi, Bradley, and Betts. It's hard to get balls to drop in there. JD Martinez is a stud. They've got good starting pitching. Their bullpen's a little shaky. It's a great series. They're evenly matched. They're evenly matched. Now, as far as the Dodgers and the Brewers are concerned, the Brewers have home field advantage. I think the Dodgers' experience will get them there, but honestly, it's a toss-up, man. I can't sit here and tell you, oh, yeah, the Dodgers will win for sure. Baseball, guys, baseball's a toss-up. I think the Dodgers are a little deeper than Milwaukee. They're pitching, but anything can happen. Yo. I'll go back and go over. Yeah. Yeah. No, they're good. 7. Exactly. Exactly. Let's throw out the records. That's what I say. Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, I like them. Sunday night. Okay. The collect call. No. Actually, a buddy of Drew's that just called me. Speaking of Clam Chowder, yeah, Clam Chowder is looking for a GoFundMe push to get him to the Grey Cup in Edmonton. Which, you know what, I'll encourage. I'll throw in a couple of bucks. But the thing is, like, Edmonton's very expensive, man. And like there's, you know, you're talking about hotels, planes, Grey Cup tickets. Like, you know, we're talking, you know, you're talking a lot of money. And put it this way, I'm not going to the Grey Cup because I don't want to spend $4,000 to go to the Grey Cup. To be honest, I don't know why. I don't know why he wants to go to the Grey Cup in Edmonton so badly. Anyways, like the Grey Cup will be in Montreal next year or Toronto, or whatever. Like it alternates between the East and the West, right? Yeah, Grinch is a good point. Like, stick him on the fucking bus. You're right. No plane. He'll do it too. Come on, how long is a bus from fucking Montreal to Edmonton? Probably take about 3-4 days. Are the Browns going to make the playoffs? Are the Browns going to make the playoffs? I don't know. Like, fuck, I'd say yes. I'd lean yes. I'd lean yes that they'll make the playoffs, just barely. But there's no, you know, there's no reason they can't. They're a special team, but they probably fall just short. You know what I mean? Like, I think the Browns are in the playoffs next year. Like, I think next year the Browns are like for real type shit. But they're lingering. I mean, they're in every game they play. So the AFC is pretty bad, right? You got the Chiefs. You know, the Patriots will win their division. No one else will be a wild card there. The Chiefs will win their division. The Chargers are in the mix for the wild card. The Southern division's pretty bad. Houston are kind of inept all the time. Indy aren't going anywhere. Like, basically, like, the wild cards are open. Like, honestly, it's a massive game this week. If you wonder if the Cleveland Browns are making the playoffs this week or this year, then this game, like, goes a long way towards that. It's an AFC game. It's a tiebreaker game. Yeah, yeah, it should be pretty soon, Daniel. What's up, Daniel? You know, you could bet online, Daniel, though. You could just bet online. You could bet my bookie. There's a lot of places you could bet in the States still now. It'll be cool once you can do it, you know, with your app and all that shit in Pennsylvania, but you can still lay it down now, Daniel. Any NBA futures yet? I'll have some futures. We'll get into the NBA later in the week. In fact, we got P. Annapolis coming on tomorrow on the Carton Show. $57 hours, says Bruce Chat. That's not bad. You know what? Then it looks like he's going to be going to the Grey Cup. Then stick him on a fucking mega bus. He stays at Mick Ossie's house. DeJounte Murray got hurt, so yeah, the Spurs could be in a little bit of trouble. I'm looking right now online. I don't see like the basketball props. We'll get into this later in the week. I'm going to get more serious, you know. I'm very stoked for the NBA. The NBA is my favorite league too, so sort of sneaking up on us. I haven't really paid much. I'm sort of just getting through this preseason shit, and it starts next Tuesday. We're going to be off and running. we're hearing very, very positive things about the Toronto Raptors and Kawhi Leonard. I don't know if you guys heard this, but you saw Danny Green. Danny Green knows Kawhi Leonard well, right? I think Clam Chowder's a little intimidated by New York. Oh, man. And quite frankly, it would be a load to take care of him here. Like, if Clam Chowder comes to New York, then somebody like Kyle better come with him and be his guardian. Like, I can't follow the guy around 24 hours a day. We lost him in Toronto like 3 times. Right? So as I was saying, so Kawhi Leonard, Danny Green knows Kawhi Leonard well, right? They were on the Spurs together for years. And Danny Green was saying that Kawhi Leonard's like different now and shit. He said that he's never seen Kawhi so happy and that he's never seen Kawhi talk so much. So it went from Kawhi Leonard not saying anything to supposedly Kawhi Leonard's like running the room now, and Kawhi Leonard's like running the huddles and he's taking over. Like, Kawhi Leonard is the leader of the team already type shit. Like, he's fucking vocal. He's socializing with people. It's basically, no one really expected this. And, he's a really nice guy and all this type stuff. He never was not a nice guy, just shit went weird with him and Popovich and the Spurs. And he said, fuck off, I think the exaggeration of Kawhi Leonard is his eccentricness is a little overblown. I mean, guys, if you look at what happened, this is the long story short. They ruined 2 years of his career in San Antonio. They told him that he was fine. He wasn't fine. He played. He got injured again. He got a surgery. It came back. They said, you're good to go. He wasn't good to go. So basically, they were wrong about medically with the guy like 2-3 times. They fucked with him. And finally, he snapped. And he goes, you guys just cost me 2 years of my career. You're fucking idiots. And then Tony Parker came out and said, well, I had the same surgery and I was fine. So then Kawhi was like, you know what? Fuck these guys. And then Greg Popovich comes out and says, it's nice to have, LaMarcus Aldridge. Even though he's hurt, he plays. Kawhi Leonard heard that and was like, all right, I'm never playing for you guys again. I told you he would never play for them again, and he didn't. You're going to see Kawhi Leonard's going to end up staying in Toronto. He's going to like Toronto. He's going to end up staying there. It's a good fit. It's the best possible fit for Kawhi. Like you said, Tamara. The type of players the Raptors have, they're all very like him. Like, they basically saying that, he's pulling OG Anunoby under his wing already. Kyle Lowry's going to do his thing. Kyle and Kawhi get along. Hey, the Raptors are a dangerous team. Like, they're title contenders, except they won't win. You know what I mean? But they're Eastern Conference contenders. You can't say that they're better than Boston. Boston's lineup is the best in the East by far, but you got to play the games. And the thing with Boston is they always get hurt. Boston players always get hurt, and we don't know what Boston's chemistry is going to be like. And another thing is Danny Ainge always tweaks the team. So, Boston are good, but I fear Philadelphia every bit as much as I fear Boston. To me, it's the Raptors, the Celtics, and the Sixers that will battle it out in the East. And the Milwaukee Bucks are the outsider, but thing with the Bucks, look, the Bucks are good, but every year they get eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. Even with the Greek Freak, he needs help. They have good players, but not great players with them. Gabe Palandro. What's up, Gabe Palandro? Daniel says the Sixers take a step back. I don't know, dude. Ben Simmons is one of the best players in the league already. Joel Embiid, if he stays healthy, they're a load to deal with. I think the Raptors are better than the Sixers. I think the Sixers are still young and kind of head cases, and I don't think fucking Brown's Bowen, what's his name? Fucking Brett Brown's the best coach. But I'll tell you what, the Celtics and the Raptor games are going to be fucking wars, man. Like Scott saying, you bring in Kawhi Leonard, you add him in with Anunoby and the defenders that they have. The Raptors are the real deal. The Clippers. Yeah, we'll do an NBA preview later in the week. I'm going to start tomorrow on TV on the Carton Show and shit, but we'll get this going. It's the best time of the year to be a sports fan right now. Yeah, Ibaka, supposedly you're right. I like the draft picks. I like what the Mavericks are doing, Kyle. They're going in the right direction again. But Lorette, what's up, Loretti? Good to see you, bro. You're right, Loretti. I've heard good things about Ibaka too. Supposedly Ibaka was embarrassed the way he played last year in the playoffs, so he's got a chip on his shoulder and shit. All right, give me a second here. We'll come back with some closing thoughts. The Suns are going over 29.5. I don't know, Daniel. It's hard to buy into the Suns, even though they got a ton of young talent. They really do. Yeah, we should have went bigger on that Leafs fucking over tonight. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, didn't. Well, I like New York. Yeah, New York's a grind, but I'm enjoying myself. I don't get out much. I'm in Manhattan every day, but it's funny. It's very extreme. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I like seeing different cities and, you know. I don't like leaving things on the table. No regrets. Yeah, NHL overs are fucking rolling in. But yeah, I'll send you a message, Kyle. We'll talk. We'll set something up. The thing is, you know, like I said, I'm fucking busy around the fucking clock. This is a bad weekend, but we're coming up. We're about 1 month away. We're exactly 1 month away. The Buffalo Bills are coming here, and Michigan are coming here. It's going to be a big weekend. We're going to hang out with our boy at fucking Millhouse, Brian Rowe. I'm going to go to my first Rutgers game. We're going to go to our first Rutgers game. The Sports Rage anniversary show this year. It's good question. It's around the corner. Yeah, like at least that's a weekend we can get out and I can show you around a bit. You know, we can go out to the Sportsbook. Thank you, Daniel. Thanks for the kind words. We're going to go out to the Sportsbook and go to the games. Man, time goes by fast though, fuck. I'll be back in fucking Toronto fucking in a couple of weeks to finish the record. I actually have it here too, finally, but I'm having a hard time opening up the file, of course. It's always something. Yeah, maybe I'll come to the UFC in Toronto. Maybe I'll come to the UFC in Toronto. I appreciate the kind words, Dog Willie. You guys are very kind. So yeah, tomorrow night we got Sports Rage Against the Machine with Mark Lawrence and the Daily Roto Machine. Daily Roto Machine continues to kill the totals this year. They're fucking slaying it. So tomorrow night, guys, quiet night. We've only got 3 hockey games. And then Thursday night, we've got the football game. And then we're back to baseball on Friday, I guess. We'll see if they posted a number already for this series. They probably have a baseball series. Dodgers are now minus 145 against the Brewers to win the series. Still nothing up for the see to win outright. Yeah, here we go. It's a pick 'em. The Astros and the Red Sox are a pick 'em. It's minus 115 on both sides right now. Minus 115 on both sides right now. Oh yeah, you know what, Kyle, too? You should consider coming up UFC weekend too. That's November 6th. That's the week before the football, or November 3rd. Sorry, November 3rd. The week before the football. That'll be a good time. We can go to a basketball game and shit like that. Yeah, we'll take a look at the sports schedule, Kyle. We'll make it more interesting. I told Corey the Yankees were going to lose tonight. I told him. I shouldn't have fucking fallen for that stupid fucking over though. I was done. Now, my old condo's gone, Paulo. When I go back to Toronto to record the record, I'm going to be homeless. I think I'll sleep in my storage locker. So yeah, we got to get out of here, guys. We appreciate everybody tuning in here this evening. We'd stay on with you all night, but we're going to be on at 9 a.m. Remember to support Bet Online, support Sportsbook Review. Check us out on the Fantasy Sports Network in the morning from 9 to 12. Check out all the videos on SBR as well. Tomorrow morning, we'll talk about this Dustin Poirier stuff. We'll see what the fallout is and what they come up with Nate Diaz. We'll jump into some NFL football for real tomorrow. Tomorrow night here, it's Babano night here tomorrow night. Babano's all business, doesn't like us joking around. So remember last week, just get to the games. Just get to the games. Just get to the games. Yeah, it was epic last week. Who knows what, see you later, Scott. Who knows what Babano will have in store tomorrow. Major League Baseball definitely doesn't want a Houston, Milwaukee. Fuck a Boston, LA World Series to be off the fucking hook. But I don't know. I get the feeling it's going to be a rematch. It'll be LA and Houston, I think. That's my gut instinct, that it's a rematch. Yeah, that was the best last week with Babano. When I said, you didn't even sell a pick? You didn't even have a pick today? Yeah, no dopey baseball. Bring back Joe Girardi, says Mark. You guys rock. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be throwing it down tomorrow, another full day of programming. We'll be on at 9 till 12, 4 to 7, and then we'll be with you guys tomorrow night at 10 o'clock talking football. We'll jump into some football tomorrow. College football talk tomorrow, I promise. We've laid off college football a little bit recently on this show. We'll jump in tomorrow night, all right? There'll be nothing else going on. There's only 3 hockey games, so we'll jump in college football and NFL football tomorrow night. Other than that, you're on your own. May the winners be yours. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Later, man.